Another embarrassing loss to a Pac-12 team, this time UCLA, to end the season at the Coliseum. This has been Lincoln Riley's Bruined season. Tune in for that and more on this episode of Trojans Talk on Tap.
Go Trojans go, LBC pouring Cardinal and gold. The next man up is the next Heisman. Only bleed USC, yes we've been built to win. Catch roses while we ball all across the map. Too strong, fight on, it's Trojan Talk on Tap.
Thank you for tuning into the channel. I am your host, Rick Anaya, here with another episode of Trojans Talk on Tap, where we talk USC football, college football, and always end the show with a craft beer recommend to upgrade your tailgate beer. What was that, Trojans? I was there in the Coliseum watching it, like many of you did, in the Coliseum or at home, and that was embarrassing. There was no passion. It was a rivalry game for UCLA and their fans, but not for USC, not at all. I've had a chance to watch the game at home afterwards. You may recall I was on the Voice of College Football USC post-game show like I am after every USC game, and I called it Lincoln Riley's Bruins season, and that's what it was. There was no passion from the Trojans coming out of the tunnel on the sidelines, and I was questioning Lincoln Riley's play calling at the beginning of the game. What did you guys think of USC going for it on fourth down, 3 or 4 minutes into the game, the ball at midfield? That was a huge mistake, in my opinion. Why are you giving UCLA the possibility, if USC doesn't convert the fourth down, which they did not, why are you giving their weakest part of the team, their offense, a short field? Why are you going to gift wrap them an opportunity? Take advantage of your Pac-12 transfer punter, Eddie Zaplicki, and have him punt and keep them deep in their territory to start the game. Give your defense 90, 80 yards to defend versus giving UCLA the ball at midfield and put your weakest part of the team out on an island to begin the game. I don't understand that, Lincoln Riley. What did you guys think of that move? The rest of the game, we've seen it. It's 38-20 was the final. UCLA was dominant with defense. Latu, outstanding as advertised. The strength of UCLA's defensive line and our going against our struggling offensive line, especially the right side, was highlighted all day long. And UCLA knew it. They were more physical. They were winning the one-on-one battles. They were rushing 3 guys and getting to the quarterback. They had 4 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. They held USC to 3 yards rushing. So there are some other issues. Obviously, the defense has been challenged all year, but the lack of development and growth on the offensive line this year, it's actually gone downhill tremendously. What happened there? We had 3 transfers. Is it the coaching? What do you think, Trojan fans? Do we need to consider changing the offensive line coach? There's a lack of physicality, and this is all under Lincoln Riley. There's a lack of physicality that comes from the defensive side of the ball, offensive line, and running the ball. I would never, ever guess that we would only have 3 yards rushing against UCLA. We were getting beat in every phase of the game, and being physical and having an attitude is one of them. And Lincoln Riley finally, in his press conference, owned up to it. He was quoted as saying, "It's extremely disappointing to finish the season this way, obviously, as well after the way we started the season. Our guys are disappointed. Our coaches are disappointed. I am disappointed. Our fans are disappointed." Yes, we are. And they should be. No excuses. It's below what we expect here. It's below the standard, and I got to do a much better job, clearly. I own all that. I'm going to fight my ass off in every single way to make sure the thing is where it's supposed to be. One question for you, Lincoln Riley, is where was that speech after the Notre Dame game? Because that game was embarrassing in South Bend. You don't go to South Bend. That is more of a rival than UCLA. And you don't put on display like that with a number of turnovers and getting totally outclassed 48-20. That speech was about 5 games too late, in my opinion. And that speech sounds like he needed to make that because perhaps leadership at USC is letting him know what's going on. This is being recorded Monday night. There's been speculation all day that USC is close to signing a defensive coordinator. We'll have to check out and see what that speculation is. Don't know if you checked out. I dropped a video yesterday, Sunday, on my top 5 choices for defensive coordinators, and the discussion, speculation that's going on features the number 1 choice on my leaderboard for defensive coordinator. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Lincoln Riley knew of the conversations that were going on. Maybe he was having conversations with leadership regarding the defensive coordinator position. And this is where Lincoln Riley has got a choice to make here. There has to be a culture change. You're not a head coach at USC without being able to run the ball, play defense, play great special teams, and dominate your opponents. You just don't do that. You don't do that. And if you do, you're not winning championships, and you're not going to be here for long. So Lincoln Riley has to change. And that's going to be physical practices. You have to do whatever you need to do to land the best defensive coordinator here. You have to give him autonomy on how he practices his defense, and Lincoln Riley's got to accept that. So there's going to be more physical tackling, more physical play in practice, developing a mindset and attitude, and that's what's going to have to happen. There's going to have to be compromise. The special teams is going to have to be addressed. The offensive line is going to have to be addressed. Hopefully that is happening. Let me know down in the comments, what other changes do you think need to be made going into the first year in the Big Ten next year, besides the the new defensive coordinator? Moving on, Caleb Williams, congratulations. You're outstanding. 31 of 42 for 384 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Trojans, that will be the last time that you'll see USC Caleb Williams in a USC uniform. Thank you very much, Caleb. This week during Thanksgiving, you are the best quarterback I've ever seen play college football. I'm glad you're a Trojan. I'm glad you won the Heisman Trophy. You do not owe USC anything by going to a lower tier bowl game. Those bowl games are rumored to be a bowl game in El Paso, the LA Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, or whoever's sponsoring it this year, or the Las Vegas Bowl. You do not need to play in that game. Like you said earlier, you are a businessman. Take care of yourself. We saw what happened to Jordan Travis. Go make your money in the NFL. Congratulations, young man. You're a class act, and I'm glad that you were a Trojan. Let me know, do you think Caleb Williams should play in the bowl game? Am I wrong? Thanks for tuning in. We'll keep track. Go ahead, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. As soon as there is news on a defensive coordinator that's been hired, I'm going to go live, and you'll want to check that out when it happens. Let's see if we can get that defensive coordinator signed by the end of this week, and enjoy a Thanksgiving. And now to upgrade your tailgate beer. Trojans, upgrade your tailgate beer. I've got for you, it's called Fuck Cancer. Fuck Cancer, Czech Pilsner, 5% ABV. It's an unfiltered Pilsner by Urban Roots Brewing, Sacramento, California. I'll be honest with you. When I saw this on the shelf at Bradley's Fine Liquor and Spirits in Tustin, California, they've got a lot of great craft beer. I saw the white CK looking at me, and I was going into, I don't know, PTSD. I thought immediately, oh my God, Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's in my dreams. And then I saw the FU, and I'm thinking, yeah, fuck. God, we just got our ass kicked by UCLA. And then I kept on turning the can, as you see, and it says cancer. Interesting story. As you know, October is Cancer Awareness Month. There's a gentleman up in Sacramento by the name of Steve Hayer. He lost his mom to cancer in 2019. And so I thought this was a great inspiration. He's worked with 4 different breweries to release beers weekly in October, this being one of them by Urban Roots Brewing, to benefit the I'll Be Aware Breast Cancer Foundation. I lost my mom and dad to cancer, lost my aunt and some good friends. Perhaps you have too. If you've lost a loved one to cancer, put them, make a toast. Think of them at this Thanksgiving. Put their name down in the chat. Let me review this beer for you real quick. It's got some bready notes, earthy tone. quality ingredients, a very good representation of a German Pilsner would be a great choice for Thanksgiving. Upgrade your beer. Hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and always fight.
Go Trojans, go. LBC pouring Cardinal and gold. The next man up is the next Heisman. Only bleed USC, yes, we've been built to win. Catch roses while we ball all across the map. Too strong, fight on us, Trojan talk on tap.